Magandang araw! Sama-sama tayong matuto sa Teacher Sal Learning Resource Channel. Revised K-12 Curriculum, English 3, Quarter 3, Week 4. What makes your home special to you? Is it the people, the things you do together, or something else? Those are great ideas. A home is special because it is filled with love, shared memories, and the people who make it a safe and comforting place to belong. What are your favorite activities to do at home with your mother? I'm so happy to hear that you and your mother share so many wonderful activities. It's beautiful to know that those special moments bring you both joy. Today, we will be reading a narrative poem about a home full of love. Take note of the character traits that he has. Make sure to look into the connections that these traits have with the actions of the main character. At this point, I will be reading some sentences. Listen carefully and later I will ask you some questions. In a small village in Laguna, a province in our country, there was a small house that belonged to Mia and her mother. In a small village in Laguna, there was a small house that belonged to Mia and her mother. It was a simple home made of wood and bamboo. Every morning, Mia's mother would wake up early to cook rice and clean their home. Let's show the home some love. They were a little nervous because their home was small and simple. Identify the highlighted words in the sentences. Tell me what you know about those words. Great job! I believe everyone now understands the meanings of the words country, home, small, simple, show, mother. It's important to grasp these terms as well encounter them often in the story. A Home Full of Love, a narrative poem. In a small village in Laguna, a province in our country, stood a home, small and simple, full of love and harmony. It belonged to Mia and her mother, who lived with joy and grace. Though their home was small and simple, it was a warm and happy place. Each morning in their little home, Mia's mother rose with care. She cooked the rice and cleaned around with love that filled the air. Mia loved to help her mother. Together, they would glow. Let's show the home some love, she'd say, with smiles that always show. Mia swept the floor with joy, while her mother cooked the meal. Their small and simple wooden home had love that one could feel. One day, Mia invited her friends. Though nervous deep inside, their home was small and simple, yet they opened it with pride. But her mother softly told her, no matter how small our home, it is filled with love and happiness. That's what makes it our own. Let's show our friends our hospitality. Let them feel the peace we know. So Mia and her dear mother invited all with hearts aglow. Their friends stepped in and smiled wide. The home was small and bright. The simple food her mother made brought comfort and delight. Mia's mother laughed with them and made them feel at ease. The smell of rice, the joy inside, all hearts began to please. You see, her mother gently said, it's not how big your room, it's how you show the love inside that truly makes a home. Hospitality and happiness are gifts we give with grace, and people in our country show love in every place. Mia smiled and felt so proud. Her home so small and bright. She knew it brought her family happiness and light. That night, she hugged her mother close and softly said with cheer, "Thank you for our special home. It's love that keeps us near." Her mother hugged her back and said, "This home will always be a simple space, a small place, but filled with you and me." From then on, Mia loved to show her friends what made her smile. She invited them with joy and pride. Their love stretched every mile. Her small and simple home stood strong, with happiness and care, a place of love and hospitality that she was proud to share. Who lived in the small, simple home in the village? Mia and her mother lived in the small, simple home. What did Mia and her mother do to take care of their home every morning? Mia swept the floor and her mother cooked and cleaned. Why did Mia feel nervous about inviting her friends to their home? She felt nervous because their home was small and simple. What did Mia's mother say was more important than the size of the home? She said that love and happiness were more important than the size of the home. How did Mia feel about her home at the end of the poem? Why? Mia felt proud of her home because it was filled with love and care. Your class will be divided into small groups, 3 to 4 students each. You will be given these materials: copies of the story or display it for the class, chart paper or whiteboard, markers, prediction worksheet or blank paper for each group. Specific clues from the story: Mia's was a little nervous because their home was small and simple. Her mother said, "No matter how small our home is, it is filled with love." Her friends were surprised and thought the home was cozy. Mia smiled and felt proud of how small and simple their home was. Your group is tasked to talk about what each clue tells them about the story. Use these clues to predict what might happen after the story ends. Write or draw your prediction on the worksheet. Share your outputs. How is your home similar or different from Mia's home? What makes your home special to you? Draw a quick, simple picture of your home. Below your drawing, answer these questions using mathematical terms. How many rooms does your home have? Is your home big, small, or medium-sized? What shapes can you see in your home? Example given: rectangles for doors or windows. Mini-math sharing. Volunteers share. My house has blank rooms. I see blank shapes in my house like blank. Compared to Mia's house, my house is bigger, smaller, about the same. Every home is special, big, or small. How does paying attention and thinking about what happens help us make good choices? Paying close attention helps us understand situations better so we can make smart and kind choices in life. Read the poem below. Retell the people using your own words using the guided questions. My little room with walls so blue. It holds my books and my old shoe. I read and dream and sometimes play. It makes me smile every day. Line 1, name the place. Line 2, describe what it looks or feels like. Line 3, say what you do there or who you're with. Line 4, tell why it's special. For day 2. Today, we will learn new words. You will use these words in forming English sentences. Today, we will review 7 new words from the story, The Special Home of Mia and Her Mother. First, listen quietly as I read them. Second, repeat each word after me. And third, read the words on your own. 7 basic Dutch words: home, small, best, food, together, because, morning. These are some words that we use to construct sentences. Find the following sentences in your copy of A Home Full of Love and underline them as I read each one aloud. Afterward, complete the table by identifying the part of a speech and root word of the highlighted words. Mia loved to help. Mia invited her friends to visit. Let's show our friends how we share happiness and hospitality. That night, she hugged her mother and said, "Thank you for making our home special." Here is the table to be completed. Let us now answer. For loved, verb, love. Invited, verb, invite. Happiness, noun, happy. Hugged, verb, hug. At this point, think of a happy moment. Think about a time when you are with your mother or friends. Was there something that made you smile? I will show you flashcards with words from the story that match our national theme. I will read each word aloud and you will repeat after me. Love, simple, home, hospitality. Today, we will read and study the following words as part of our new lesson. Let's define these terms. Independent clause, a group of words that has both doer and an action word. Compound sentence is made up of 2 independent clauses connected by a joining words. Doer, the subject of the sentence, the one who does the action. Action, the verb, what the doer is doing. Joining word, a word that connects 2 clauses, like, and, but, or, because, so. Let us read once again the story, The Special Home of Mia and Her Mother. Identify compound sentences in the selection. Here are possible answers. Mia loved to help and her mother would wake up early to cook rice and clean their home. Mia would sweep the floor while her mother worked in the kitchen. One day, Mia invited her friends to visit, but they were a little nervous because their home was small and simple. Her friends were surprised and they thought the home was so cozy. Mia smiled and realized her small, simple home was the best place in the world. That night, she hugged her mother and said, "Thank you for making our home special. This home will always be special because we are together." Using sentences from the story, we'll break them down into clauses, doers, actions, and joining words. Mia would sweep the floor while her mother worked in the kitchen. What are the 2 independent clauses in the example? The 2 independent clauses in the example are Mia would sweep the floor and her mother worked in the kitchen. In the sentence, Mia would sweep the floor, who does the action? Mia does the action. What action word is used in the sentence? Yes, would sweep is the action word in clause 1. In the sentence, her mother worked in the kitchen. Who does the action? Her mother does the action. What action word is used in the sentence? Worked is the action word used in the sentence. What connecting word is used to join the two independent clause? While is the joining word used to join two independent clauses. On the board, underline the two independent clauses and circle the doer of each clause and draw two lines under joining word that link the clauses. Mia loved to help, and her mother would wake up early to cook rice and clean their home. This home will always be special because we are together. Her friends were surprised and they thought the home was so cozy. Remember, when writing a compound sentence, begin the first word of each independent clause with a capital letter. Use a comma before the joining word, such as and, but, so, or that connects the two clauses, and ensure the joining word properly connects the related ideas. Rewrite the following sentences with the correct capitalization and punctuation. Mia loved to help and her mother would wake up early to cook rice and clean their home. One day, Mia invited her friends to visit, but they were a little nervous because their home was small and simple. Her friends were surprised and they thought the home was so cozy. Mia smiled and realized her small, simple home was the best place in the world. That night, she hugged her mother and said, "Thank you for making our home special." It is important to say and write words the right way so that others can understand us clearly. When we use the correct words and spell them properly, we can share our thoughts, ideas, and feelings better. This helps people know what we mean and avoids confusion. Speaking and writing well also helps us do better in school and makes it easier to talk to others. Now, take out a sheet of paper. Think about a time you visited a friend's home. Write a short paragraph about your experience. Try to use the words hospitality, love, simple, and home in your writing. Guide questions. Whose home did you visit? How did their family show you hospitality? What made their home feel special, even if it was simple? How did the visit make you feel loved or welcomed? For day 3. Have you ever helped someone in your neighborhood or seen people working together to help someone? What happened? Today, we will be reading a narrative poem about Bayanihan in Barangay Balibago. Take note of the character traits that he has. Make sure to look into the connections that these traits have with the actions of the main character. At this point, I will be reading some sentences. Mang Elmer did not have money to rebuild his house. The men and women worked side by side. Some helped carry tools, others helped fix the roof and walls. They laughed and sang as they walked. They remembered how good it felt to do Bayanihan. Bayanihan in Barangay Balibago. In Balibago, the sun was high. The ground was dry. No clouds in the sky. Mang Elmer's house was near the stream, but the water rose. It was like a dream. He could not rebuild. He had no pay. He looked around with tears that day. But then the people came with cheer. They said, "Don't worry, we are here." They helped, they worked, they brought some food. They came with hearts so kind and good. Some fixed the roof, some fixed the floor. They laughed and cheered and worked some more. "Are we going to leave the house?" asked a young boy. Quiet as a mouse. Yes, said Ami with a grin. That is what Bayanihan means. More people came from far and near. Even strangers joined with cheer. They helped, they worked, they sang a song. They laughed as they all moved along. One, two, three, the people cried. They moved the house with strength and pride. They gave out water, stood in line. The house went up the hill just fine. When the house was safe and still, Mang Elmer stood upon the hill. I don't have much, he said with pride, but now I feel so rich inside. You helped me stand, you helped me smile. You walked with me the extra mile. You made me dream, you helped me heal. You showed me love so true, so real. They sat and ate. The stars came out. They sang and danced and ran about. They laughed, they worked, they felt so glad. They remembered all the fun they had. They remembered how they gave their hand to help someone and make a stand. They came to rebuild not just a place, but hearts and hope and love and grace. In Balibago, they all began to live the true Bayanihan. Who are the main characters in the story? The main characters are Mang Elmer, Ami, and the people in the village. Where and when did the story take place? The story took place in Barangay Balibago on a sunny day. What problem did Mang Elmer face? Mang Elmer's house was damaged because the water rose from the stream. How did the people of the village help Mang Elmer? They worked together to fix his house, brought food, and helped move it to a safer place. What important event happened when they shouted 1, 2, 3? They lifted and moved Mang Elmer's house up the hill. You will be divided into 3 groups. Each group will get an activity pack with short story excerpts with important clues highlighted, a clue detective worksheet, and pencils. You may also use crayons if you want to draw your prediction. Clues detective worksheet, simple version. Clue from the story, what might happen next, why do you think so? Excerpt 1, the problem. In Balibago, the sun was high. The ground was dry, no clouds in the sky. Mang Elmer's house was near the stream, but the water rose, it was like a dream. He could not rebuild, he had no pay. He looked around with tears that day. But then the people came with cheer. They said, "Don't worry, we are here." Clues in this excerpt: the water rose, his house was near the stream. He did not have money to rebuild his house. He needed help. Excerpt 2. They helped, they worked. They brought some food. They came with hearts so kind and good. Some fixed the roof, some fixed the floor. They laughed and cheered and worked some more. Are we going to lift the house? Asked a young boy, quiet as a mouse. Yes, said Ami with a grin. That is what Bayanihan means. Clues in this excerpt: they helped, they worked, they brought some food. They laughed and cheered and worked some more. Are we going to lift the house? Excerpt 3. More people came from far and near. Even strangers joined with cheer. They helped, they worked, they sang a song, they laughed as they all moved along. 1, 2, 3. The people cried. They moved the house with strength and pride. They gave out water, stood in line. The house went up the hill just fine. When the house was safe and still, Mang Elmer stood upon the hill. I don't have much, he said with pride, but now I feel so rich inside. Clues in this excerpt: more people came from far and near. 1, 2, 3, the people cried, when the house was safe and still. Today, we will explore how words work in a story by finding describing words or adjectives that help us understand people, places, and events better, just like how the story of Bayanihan used words to show kindness, teamwork, and joy. Write the following sentence from the story on the board or slide. They all worked with happy hearts. What is the describing word in the sentence? Happy is the describing words used in the sentence. What does the word happy describes? It describes the word heart. Can you think of another word, adjective that could describe heart? Kind, brave, or hopeful can be used to describe the word heart. The sun was hot and the fields were dry. What words describe the sun and the fields in the sentence? The word hot describes the word sun, and dry describes the word field. The describing words is also known as adjectives. They are words used to describe persons, places, things, animals, events, ideas, and emotions. How do the characters, events, and problems in a story help us understand important values like teamwork and kindness in real life? Stories are made up of important parts like characters, events, problems, and solutions that help us understand what happens and why. By identifying these elements and how they are connected, we learn not only about the story but also about real life values such as teamwork, kindness, and helping others. Read each item carefully. Choose or write the correct answer in the given sheet of paper. Which word in the sentence is an adjective? The fields were dry and dusty. Fields were dry and. The answer is C, dry. What does the adjective happy describe in this sentence? They all worked with happy hearts. Worked, they, hearts, helped. The answer is C, hearts. Which of the following is a describing word or adjective? Run, bright, rope, hill. The answer is B, bright. In the sentence, Mang Elmer had a small, simple house. What two adjectives are used? Mang Elmer had house, small, simple, a house. The answer is letter C, small, simple. Which word in the sentence is an adjective? The kind villagers helped Mang Elmer. Villagers helped kind Elmer. The answer is letter C, kind. For day 4. Today, we will be learning new words. You will use these words in forming English sentences. Home. Small. Best. Food. Together. Because. Morning. We will now read some sentences taken from the story that we read. I will read them 3 times, then you repeat after me. As I read each sentence, I will also show a picture of the highlighted words. He could not rebuild, he had no pay. They helped, they worked, they brought some food. They laughed and cheered and worked some more. They remembered all the fun they had. What were the highlighted words that were shown earlier? Rebuild, worked, helped, laughed, and remembered. Can you find these words in the story? What do you observe about them? These are the words that appeared most frequently in the story we read yesterday, Bayanihan, sa Balibago. The following are sentence examples from the story. Who can read sentence number 1? The people brought bamboo poles and food. Work together to help Mang Elmer. Let's break down each sentence into its parts. The subject tells who or what the sentence is about. The action tells what the subject is doing. The details tell how, where, when, or with what. The people brought bamboo poles and food. In sentence number 1, who is the subject? The word the people is the subject in the sentence number 1. What additional information or details can you find in the story? Bamboo poles and food are the details in the first sentence. What action word is used to describe the action of the subject? That's right. Brought is the action word used in sentence 1. Is the sentence the people brought bamboo poles and food an imperative sentence? That's right. Sentence 1 is not an example of imperative sentence. Work together to help Mang Elmer. Who is the subject and what is the action word in the sentence? The subject is you, it is implied, and the action word is work. Since it's an imperative sentence, now let's have a short activity to check your understanding. Read each sentence carefully. Underline the subject, who or what the sentence is about, circle the action word or the verb. Then write the details in the space provided. Finally, complete the table below. Write yes or no if the sentence is an imperative sentence, a command, or instruction. The children helped carry water. Fix the roof before the rain comes. The people brought food and bamboo poles. Help Mang Elmer rebuild his house. They laughed and sang as they walked. In our previous lesson, we learned the importance of using correct capitalization and punctuation when writing sentences. Now, we'll have a group activity. The class will be divided into 4 groups, and each group will be assigned a different task. Arrange the jumbled words with correct capitalization. Group 1, Emerging Learners. Activities, Sentence Puzzle. Match scrambled word cards, punctuation. Here are the correct answers. Group 2, fix the sentence scrambled sentences to be written correctly. Here are the correct answers. Number 3, write and rearrange jumbled parts without caps or punctuation. Here are the correct answers. For Group 4, create and command give words or themes like bamboo poles, river, cheer, food, carry, roof. Write your own sentences. Here are the correct answers. Sentences are made of words that follow rules. To write good sentences, we must read, cite, and high-frequency words correctly. Identify the subject, action, and details, and use proper capitalization and punctuation. Sentences that give commands are called imperative sentences. Identify the parts of the sentence. Underline the subject. Circle the action word or verb and box the details. The children carried water to the house. Mang Elmer rebuilt his house with their help. Tell if the sentence is imperative. Write yes if the sentence is imperative. Write no if it is not. Help carry the bamboo poles. They worked happily together. Arrange the words to form a correct sentence. Rewrite the words in the correct order. Use proper capitalization and punctuation.